Hello everyone, and welcome to The Sims lore. Do you find yourself feeling off? Like there's always something looming in the background, like a bad feeling that you can't shake. It's almost as if you can't put your finger on what the problem is. You're exhausted all the time, headaches, pains, and just general malaise. One might think, could it be a haunting? Well, fear no more, because here at Miss Lore Incorporated, we have your back. Whatever the problem is, we can solve it. And the problem is usually mothers-in-law who play tricks on their sons-in-law. With our newest product, Mother-in-Law Be Gone, MILB for short, you can say bye-bye to that pesky haunting. Headaches? Gone. Pains and aches? All gone. Judgmental stares and questions about how much money you make? Well, we can't say they'll be gone for sure anyway, but be it a ghost or a mother-in-law, not sure which one is worse, but hey, we don't judge here at Miss Lore Inc. We just provide the solution. So grab your MILB today. Side effects may include diarrhea, nausea, vomiting, pains and aches, a feeling of unease, sudden death, respiratory failure, a general uneasiness about The Sims 4, feeling upset with EA for doing this to us, and more. Please consult your doctor before use. Not suitable for babies, toddlers, young adults, or elders. Today, we're looking at the Durwood family, also somehow connected to the Goodfellows, specifically Flora. This bitch just can't get away from her. No one in Moonlight Falls seems to be able to get away from her, I swear to God. Stealing toddlers, swapping them around for a prank, turning a toddler into a fairy and not changing them back, knowing full well that the family hates supernaturals and will therefore hate the child. And now this? This time, our dear Flora decided to help a narcissistic mother and mother-in-law to sabotage her daughter's marriage. I mean, this goes beyond prank. Flora needs to be stopped. Let's see what this mess is all about. Don't forget to subscribe and like this if you enjoyed it. Alright, let's get straight into the video. On the outside, the Durwoods would make others jealous with their nice house, 2 adorable children, and a father with a great job. However, all is not what it seems between a mother-in-law who disapproves of her daughter's husband and 2 kids who always get what they want. Can the Durwoods learn to live together, or will the family spiral out of control? The Durwoods household is comprised of Serena and her husband Rick, their 2 children Zoe and Zach, and Serena's mother, Doreen. They live at 431 Huckleberry Lane in a 4-bedroom, 3-bathroom home called Graceful Getaway, whose description reads, "Show your friends who's reached success by moving into this classical home. Let there be light with gracefully paned windows that circle the house, especially with the dominating rotundas that draw oohs and ahs from guests. There's just so much to this house that we couldn't possibly fit it all into this small space. You really have to see it for yourself." So, as per tradition, let's break into these Sims' homes and roam around. I mean, let's have a look at their house to learn more about them. Okay, this house is just stunning. I personally wouldn't call this a house as well, but a mansion, because I mean it's massive. As you come in, you're greeted by the living room, which has 3 sofas, a coffee table, and 2 armchairs in front of the fireplace. By the door, there are some plants and a bookshelf, and the whole room is decorated with plants and paintings. Through the archway by the fireplace and to the left, there's a small reading nook with a bookshelf and an armchair, and there's also a desk with a laptop nestled into the corner. Turning around, we can go towards the dining area or go straight ahead towards the sunroom. Here, there's an old TV, 3 sofas, a coffee table, and plants. This room has lots of light coming in from these gorgeous windows, and it will be perfect for a cozy Sunday spent reading and watching TV with your family. But probably not this family, let's face it. Alright, moving right on, through here you can go outside onto the porch from either of these 2 big doors. The porch has 2 benches and overlooks the backyard where there's a grill, a picnic table, a swing set, and a slide. Coming back to the front door and going left, we can find the kitchen. Again, gorgeous windows with this almost breakfast nook and a pretty big kitchen to the right. Through here, you can also access the dining room. Moving upstairs through the first door, there's one of the bedrooms which comes with an ensuite bathroom and a pretty big balcony. In the room next to the attic stairs, there's a smaller bedroom, possibly the guest bedroom, which also has its own ensuite bathroom. third door in this hallway is a communal bathroom with a separate room for the toilet. Down the hall is the kids' room with 2 beds, lots of toys around the floor, a horse rocker, a dollhouse, and also a room divider which can be replaced around the room. The last room in the hall is another big bedroom that also comes with a sofa, a bookshelf, an ensuite bathroom, and a small balcony. Upstairs, in the attic, there is a small corridor that leads to a small painting studio where there's an easel, a sofa, a small stereo, and a credenza. Through the door here, there's a witch hangout filled with bookshelves, sofas, a seance table, and an alchemy station. Alright, so there's nothing out of the ordinary here for a place like Moonlight Falls. Clearly, one or more of the family members are witches, so let's have a closer look. First up is Doreen. Note here that her family name is actually Caliente. Doreen is actually an old witch, but thanks to a narcissistic personality and the miracle of an age-reversing elixir, she looks much younger than she actually is. A very talented witch and a control freak at heart who must know all the details, Doreen seeks to take charge over everything in life, from her age to who her daughter Serena can date. She so badly wanted to see Serena marry a witch to keep the family lineage alive, even going so far as to cast spells to sabotage their love. Unfortunately, her spells had no effect, so it was with the help of a fairy that she could carry out her devious plan. Doreen Caliente is a witch who has the Leo star sign, and she is a few days away from becoming an elder. She is neurotic, has no sense of humor, is hydrophobic, a snob, and mean-spirited. Her favorites are classical music, autumn salad, and the color violet. Doreen is unemployed and has no skills, and in my game she graduated from Smugworth's prep school. She is best friends forever with Joni McDuff, best friends with her grandson Zach, best friends forever with her daughter Serena, best friends with her granddaughter Zoe, good friends with Pip Goodfellow and Chauncey Grimm, and enemies with Param Singh, Rick, and Navita Singh. Doreen's lifetime wish is to become a heartbreaker, and in her inventory she has the usual but also a classical witch's wand and a book titled Field of Sims. So what we know about her so far is that she's basically batshit crazy. She is a narcissist who made herself younger and seems to believe she has control over her daughter's relationships. She hates Rick so much so that she got someone to play tricks on him to sabotage her daughter's marriage. Guys, if you have kids, let them love whoever they want. Doreen seems to be a spoof of Endora from the TV series Bewitched. They are both old witches who disapprove of their daughter's husbands and plan on making his life a living hell. You know, the stereotypical mother-in-law. The similarities here are huge. Doreen has the same makeup, hair color, and clothes as Endora. They pretty much look exactly the same. Some say Doreen is also a reference to Penny Halliwell, who also disapproves of her daughter's marriage with a human. She is also clearly a Caliente. Who she might be within the Caliente family is unknown, however, the family name will probably die with her in Moonlight Falls. Some say the developers did this on purpose to be able to reference Doreen Valiente, who was an English Wiccan, responsible for writing much of the early religious liturgy within the tradition of Gardnerian Wicca. So let's look at Rick, Doreen's victim. A very smart sim who loves his family, Rick is a human sim who was smitten by a lovely witch named Serena. The morning of Rick's and Serena's wedding, Doreen enlisted the help of Flora Goodfellow to enlarge his ears that was only supposed to last a day. It's been several years and the ears are still enlarged. But Rick rather likes his new look, as does his wife. Sometimes Rick feels caught in the middle of a bossy mother-in-law and 2 kids who gotta have that shiny new toy. He does his best to provide for the family and is quick to cave into any request. Okay, so here it is. Not that we needed even more proof that Flora is involved in someone else's family business. So basically Doreen got Flora to play this prank on him in hopes that her daughter would leave him? As a soon-to-be bride myself, I am triggered. Interestingly enough, Doreen doesn't know Flora Goodfellow, even though that's who Rick's bio is said to have pulled a prank on him. Although, Flora could have put her son Pip forward for the job, hence her being friends with him. Rick is in his mid-adult years who has the Sagittarius star sign, and he has a good sense of humor, is a workaholic, unlucky, a genius, and a computer whiz. His favorites are classical music, tofu dogs, and the color aqua. Rick works as an aquatic ecosystem tweaker in the science career, and in my game he graduated from community high school. Rick is quite skilled, having 6 skill points in charisma, 5 in gardening, and 3 in handiness. He has a pretty good relationship with his wife Serena, is good friends with his son Zach, David Musgrave, friends with his daughter Zoe, Branch Timbley, Pip Goodfellow, acquaintances with his boss Param Singh, disliked with Chauncey Grimm, and enemies with his mother-in-law Doreen. Rick's lifetime wish is to become a creature-robot crossbreeder, and in his inventory we can find the usual, but also a laptop and 2 books titled The Case of the Red Bicycle and G-Pod. Rick is said to be a reference to Darren from Bewitched. He is the human who is married to Samantha, a witch, and whose mother Andorra disapproves of him because he's human. Interestingly, Andorra refuses to call Darren by his name and often refers to him as Darwin, what's his name, Dum Dum, or Durwood.
Now that that's settled, you'd better run along, Durwood. We don't want you to be late for doing whatever it is you do.
Which clearly has been referenced here in the Sims family name. Okay, so let's have a look at Doreen's daughter and Rick's wife, Serena. A very sweet lady who can do no wrong, Serena is actually a witch, but she likes to keep it under wraps. She'd never fathom casting a spell that could harm a sim, but will occasionally cast spells to help an unfortunate sim in need. Her affection for big ears caused Doreen's devious plot on Rick to backfire, and Serena found herself married happily ever after to Rick. Serena's 2 darling children are the apples of her eye and wouldn't change a thing in her life, even if her mother can be overbearing at times. Serena is in her mid-adult years and has the Aries star sign. She is over-emotional, good, a hopeless romantic, charismatic, and lucky. Her favorites are indie music, cobbler, and the color Irish green. Serena is unemployed, and in my game she graduated from community high school. She has 4 skill points in alchemy and 4 in writing. Serena is best friends forever with her mother Doreen, has a good relationship with her husband, is good friends with Chauncey Grimm, her daughter Zoe, David Musgrave, friends with her son Zach, Pip Goodfellow, and distant friends with Branch Timbley. Serena's lifetime wish is to become super popular, which she's 30% done with already. The lifetime wish requires a sim to have 20 friends, while Serena is friends with 6. In her inventory, Serena has the usual, but also her classic magic wand, a laptop, and a book titled Seances and Six Sensibilities. Serena is said to be a reference to Samantha, who's Andora's daughter in Bewitched. Her name might actually be based on Samantha's cousin Serena, but everything else points to Samantha. So let's have a look at Serena and Rick's twins. First up is Zoe. The opposite of her twin brother Zach, Zoe looks up to her grandmother and wants to become a witch when she's older so she can cast evil spells to torment unsuspecting Sims. Her tantrums in the toy store are bad enough, and no parent can resist her crying. And at home, she is just as much of a handful, if not more. Zoe would make a great daredevil with her gasp-inducing stunts and knows all too well the trouble she causes her parents. Zoe is a child who has the Pisces star sign, and she can't stand art, is a daredevil, and is evil. Her favorites are kids' music, lobster thermidor, and the color hot pink. She is attending elementary school where she has an overall grade of C. Zoe has no skills, and she is best friends with her twin Zach, her grandmother Doreen, good friends with her mom Serena, friends with her dad Rick, and distant friends with Pip Goodfellow. In her inventory, she has the usual, but also a baseball and a book titled Toddlers and Chopsticks. Okay, now onto her brother Zach. This young tyke has a fascination with witchcraft and wants to become a witch someday. Zach, like his mother, is a very good-natured kid and hopes to use spells to help Sims solve their problems, unlike his twin sister, who wants to become an evil witch. While Zoe is quick to throw a tantrum in the middle of the toy store to get the hottest toys on the block, Zach has figured out how to get what he wants without being a brat. Zach is a child who has the Libra star sign, and he is a couch potato, good, and a mooch. His favorites are kids' music, mac and cheese, and the color white. He is attending elementary school where he has an overall grade of C. Zach is best friends with his sister and grandmother, good friends with his dad Rick, friends with his mom Serena, and distant friends with Pip Goodfellow. In his inventory, he has the usual, but also a baseball and a book titled Jason and the Plumbot O'Naughts. Looking at the kids' room, both seem to be represented pretty accurately. Zoe, the evil brat, has a darker side of the room with an evil-looking vampire teddy bear on one side of the bed, dinosaur with a hot pink bow, and above her bed has a poster that sums up her personality. A little kid playing with a plug and another kid next to them hoping they get electrocuted. On the other side of the room, we have Zach's side with a much brighter bed, rug, and side table. He has a little sheep toy on his nightstand, probably referencing his pure and good spirit and personality. Both kids' bio is backed up by the sheer amount of toys scattered through their room, reinforcing the story about them always getting what they want. So what's the drama between these Sims? Let's quickly recap. Doreen is overbearing when it comes to her daughter Serena. She hates Serena's husband Rick because he's not what she envisioned for her daughter, so her quest in life is to make his days miserable. Serena doesn't seem to be noticing this, even though she seems to be very close to her mother. Rick hates Doreen, but seems to have dodged a bullet with the latest prank, the big ears, since Serena seems to be into them. Their kids just seem to be there. One is evil, the other one good, but both are overall spoiled. So what is really going on here? Why is Serena's mother living with them? Is this her house? Did she lose her husband or home and had to come move in with them? In Bewitched, Endora dotes on her grandchildren Adam and Tabitha, which is also what's happening with the Durwoods. However, in the show, Endora doesn't live with her daughter. This was probably changed in The Sims to add tension and make gameplay that much funnier. My theory is that this family is 100% based on Bewitched. Similarities are crazy and the references are pretty clear. In terms of the family's Caliente background, neither Doreen or Selena are considered part of the Caliente family tree on the wiki, nor are they mentioned anywhere else in game. I definitely play with this family as intended. I have Doreen play pranks on Rick and them fighting all the time while Serena just tries to undo the tricks played on her husband. It's a lot of fun following this plotline, but you can also get rid of Doreen completely and have Serena, Rick and the kids live a normal enough life. Although, where's the fun in that? Alright guys, there you have it, lots of info on the Durwoods. Let me know how you play with this family in the comments below. Do you let Doreen torture Rick? Do you move her out and play with them as a normal family? Do you have Rick murder do you, never mind. There's so many ways to play with this family. I'd like to thank my patrons Negative Dana, Papa Khan, Leo Thompson, Artsy Flashback, Nathan Lim, Caitlin Luigi, A Wild Kitty Cat, Kita-Jan the Arcane Archer, Carolyn, Andreas, Whitney, Amy Louise, Charlie, Libby Young, Perlog Anwell, Shelby Hill, Nicole Dante, Nicola Morton, Moth Detective, Kiwi, Amy Hassel, Elia Deshays, and Elizabeth Lindloff. Thank you guys so much for supporting my channel. That's it for today's video. Thank you all so much for watching. Please like the video if you enjoyed it and let me know your theories in the comments below. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram for more lore and updates. I'll see you in my next video. Bye!